before we get into the apocalypse, some quick business. Let's Get High and Read the Bible is brought to you by Magic Medicine Marijuana, found here in sunny California. All right, we ramble a lot. I had to move some of the band guy conversation to the end of the podcast, so we get into the Bible a little quicker. Are you ready for some fucking pale horses? As we continue the book of
Yeah, it's just going to be hard to get over later on in life when he's like a functioning dog. That it's going to be hard to get over the fact that he used to just eat his shit. I'm not sure we're going to get past that one, Bart. Yeah. So there's that.
I see you giving this TED talk, but I remember the time that you were eating your shit. That's how I see you.
You saved the whole family from burning fire, and but there was that 1 year period where you would eat yours and your brother's shit. So you gotta weigh those things together.
Cancel each other out.
Yes.
You're just back to a normal dog.
Yeah.
Oh man, how's the health stuff? How you feeling?
I feel like shit.
Oh man, it's still going on.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird one because it's like my wife got it like full on in the face. And then I've just got it kind of like not quite so full on, but like super annoyingly. And it's just annoying. It's super annoying. Yeah. So I figured we stack the deck in our favor.
Yes.
Reverend Red just needs a sip.
Just a sip. That's pretty good, huh?
You know what I need is a chalice.
Yes, dude. With like a fuckload of like iconography on it.
Or just jewels, embedded jewels.
Both, yeah, dude. You could have like images of like the fucking Nephthali, like like the. You could have like, dude.
Yeah, like the fucking, little. The Egyptians with their fucking, the whole thing.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta start figuring out our religion life.
Yeah, we're trying.
And how about when are you gonna start the Quran?
Oh my God, how annoying is that?
I think that's hilarious. I'm kind of into that guy. I'm like, oh yeah, totally. That's what I would do. Now how about the Quran?
Oh, TikTok.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if we would get some death threats if we started doing that.
Wow. Well, I don't know anything about the Quran.
I know that people. I know that Muslims. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, well then, that's why I got to mute. That's why you got a mute switch for me, right? You should mute my ass. I don't know anything about the Quran, but I don't know why I feel like. Well, it's just as. And let's not go wading too far into this pond. There might be leeches. It's just as. When was it written? When was the Quran written?
I don't know. I know it's short. I've read a little bit of it, but
Okay.
Don't know much about it.
Is it like as short as the Mary Magdalene gospel?
No, it's a little bit longer than that. I feel like it was like,
Oh, like a tomb.
Yeah, like a normal old book, not like the Bible though, where it's like thousands.
And another thing.
Yeah. And another genealogy. If I keep talking, it will mean more.
More words, more important. More words, more important. Yeah. But the Quran, it seems like it's just as important as the New Testament.
Look at us just dancing around like through the tune-ups. It's kind of funny because that's kind of what we're trying to break down.
Wanna be killed. I wanna be shot. I like my head on top of my body forever until I'm dead.
Yeah. And like, again, the reason I don't talk about it is not because I don't want to have an opinion. It's just because I'm not familiar. Like,
right.
I have a couple Muslim friends over the years. They were awesome. But like, you know, I think it's real easy to judge things by the abuse, like, and you know, especially today when like the polarization of politics and bullshit online and all this stuff, right? So it's like I try not to judge a religion by the people that are abusing the religion, you know. And that being said,
I'm not abusing it. What, me? Did you mention me?
It's like I can only stick to Christianity. That's my wheelhouse. Like I've experience with it. I've read the book over 10 times. So like,
and see, that's why I think we need to hurry up and get our religion going so we can start abusing religion. Begin to put the money here.
Daddy wants an infinity pool.
And the wee goes in. Whoa! Whoa!
What is this, Christmas?
Ow. Wow.
What is this, my birthday?
Hey,
what's going on here?
Happy birthday, Daddy. Happy birthday, Reverend. Monsignor.
Monsignor.
Happy birthday, Pastor. It's so not okay. I mean, it wouldn't be funny if it wasn't. It would be funny. It'd be less funny. How do you say that one? That's pervasive. They fuck everybody. Wait, I told it wrong.
My eyes are swelling up.
Because they're so damn stupid. I'd like to take a moment to say hello to Randall.
Hi, Randall.
Hi, Randall.
What's up?
And also to Patrick.
What's up, Patrick?
There we go.
You know, I know we're just sucking our own dicks right here.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, I'm editing all this out. It's from the Randall, you know.
All of it?
No, just whenever we talk about business stuff, I edit it out.
Oh,
like
dicks.
TikTok or something.
Oh,
no, dicks I leave in.
Sucking each other's? Like
our podcast.
Now, were you saying that you weren't? I suck my own dick, right? Do I suck? Look, I'm not. I just want to know what I'm in for. I mean, I know you're doing a lot of extra work, a lot of editing, a lot of posting. I didn't know you'd gotten so much work done that now I'm going to be.
You ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah. Get him, Zed. Yeah. Oh.
You all right, man? Nah, man.
I'm pretty far from fucking okay. Yeah. Oh, that, me and you. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go cause dude. We're going to work on the home. We're going to go to work on the soon to be living a short ass existence in excruciating pain. It's the rapist here, man. You want to enhance that scene even more? I gotta. Did I tell you this? Have I given you a tip?
No.
What you do is, do you ever put the subtitles on?
Yeah. So if it's loud, because fans and shit. Yeah.
Right. No, I mean when you're watching that movie.
Yeah, I've not that movie, but I've put them on when I watch movies.
So watch it again. You like that? That was a cough button.
That was cool. I can't get to mine.
You got to do what?
Mine's buried back here.
They're super easy to. Anyway, you put that on just as it's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Fuck you, motherfucker. Like he's got the ball in his mouth and and they choose him.
Uh-huh.
I just put the subtitles on the whole time. But during that scene when Bruce Willis is up, first he's just gonna bail, right?
Yeah.
And then he hears him down there, and he's like, "Fuck, I can't just leave him here."
Right.
The subtitles, it's what's going on downstairs is in subtitles.
Oh my God.
Yeah, get him, Zed. Oh, you're just grunting and groaning and like, yeah, like Zed's talking, and it's just like the creepiest shit ever. Like,
dude,
yeah, it was not okay.
Tarantino.
Not afraid to go in deep.
Kind of respect it. Not gonna lie.
Hey, life is deep.
Fucking, I don't like his whole obsession with feet, but everything else. Have you never in his films? If you haven't noticed that, there's like feet everywhere.
And you have a problem with that?
Well, it just kind of I'm enjoying this movie, and then all of a sudden there's this like close-up shot of this woman's toes. And I'm like, I know what this is about. Now I'm taken out of the movie, Like, I get it. You like feet. I get it. I can see your internet search history now. But, like, I didn't know.
Who told you that shit?
What now?
Don't believe everything you smell.
It's in front of my face. How can I not believe? It's like every 5 minutes.
It's not every 5 minutes.
There's little tootsies. Watch again.
Every 5 minutes.
See that? Watch again.
Wow. No, that's a mean waiting to happen right there. Yeah. I will not watch again just to look for feet. As long as the continuity is strong, I don't care. My thing is, I have a problem with continuity.
Like, yeah. If there's a revolver on the door, hanging on the door in scene 1, it must be used in scene 2, right?
Or it better still be there. Like, or if his shirt is unbuttoned and then it's buttoned, or he's standing in one spot smiling and then he's standing in the same spot not smiling. It's like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped. That whole and maybe it was explained at some point, but black, orange is the new black or whatever. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
The first episode, she's sitting there. She's got this gigantic wedding ring on. In the next shot, the ring's gone. I'm like, turn it off. Sorry. You just destroyed the whole thing for me.
Maybe that was a metaphor of her exploring her lesbian nature.
Maybe.
Isn't that what happens when she gets to prison, basically?
I don't know. I turned it off after that because the continuity part fucked the shit up.
Yeah, I think the director was trying to let you know that boom chicka bow wow was about to go down.
Oh. I like more
feet.
Obvious.
Obvious.
Less metaphorical. She's gonna get to bone china. Just fucking do it. You don't have to fuck with the continuity. But I guess you can.
We don't need to go to David Buster's before. There isn't. Uh-oh. You must have pushed your mute mic.
What? I did not. Maybe a little bit. Just the one button. I only pushed the one button, not the whole. Oh, there's just one button.
That's so funny.
Hello. I did push it. He's right. I did push it.
That's why we smoke weed, so we can get away with making these kind of faces.
Well, so I had another rehearsal with that, with the She Said.
Uh-huh.
The Jen Ayers, the rock musical that I'm so absolutely incredibly grateful to be a part of, and met the new guitar player, Fielder, the legendary Jeff Fielder. What is the musical director, but he's got some. I think he has some things he can't do. He can't do the performances. I think, or all of them.
When you're that good,
You're busy guy. Yeah. lots of plates being, and and dude, I can't wait for you to hear this thing. He did. I don't know that I ever heard a record he's produced before. It's so
Clean.
good.
Yeah.
Well, the songs are super solid, and they're just they're so fucking good. And then the production and the recording, the whole thing is just like, it's so. I texted Nabil.
Wow.
To see if I could send it to him because it's so good.
Wow, man.
Yeah. But anyway, so we this guy RL, pretty sweet handle though, right? RL.
Yeah.
He came in and was this
Oh,
is a long.
what is his last? Healer?
Higher?
Yeah.
Higher? Yeah. Sweetheart of a guy, phenomenal, just monster
player,
Godhead,
right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about a reverend guitar. He's like got a reverend. Kathy's like, oh, I love that, the guitar. It's a reverend and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I couldn't remember, and I knew somebody who was all about the reverends, and I'm like,
called Squires.
So I texted Squires. Like, hey, who do we know that plays the reverends? Like during rehearsal, didn't say anything. Gets back. Well, I don't know. I mean, Rossetti played one. I'm like, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
And so I told them. It's pretty funny because, Dick Rossetti is a legend. Period. ... And also, not all the contemporary godheads of the Seattle thing are super familiar with him.
Yeah, right. But how long did he have the morning show on the end?
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know. A couple of years?
Yeah, I know he was a DJ at night too, but
was he?
Like he had the straight up morning show for a minute on the end, right? Like
he took over from Marco. Years, yeah. Marco tapped him to be the guy, right?
Marco Collins, yeah. Guy's so sweet.
Yeah. And so they didn't know who he was. It's like, well, he does this. Oh, they're like, oh, that guy. Yeah. Oh, cool. Guy. Oh, Rossetti. Right.
I love how like whenever they play a show, he'll get like the Waffle House or like the shittiest like motel they're staying in to hold up like a sign like La Sienta welcomes ball bag.
Yeah. Totally.
So good.
Yeah. Look at how fucked up I look.
Dude,
I haven't been sick at all.
You look
bourbon helps
as
in the morning.
Fuck, I don't know what you're talking about. Me,
I can't
this
see.
eye.
I can't see.
Once I start smoking weed, this eye gets tinier than this. Like this eye closes. Just this one.
Oh, and you've been watching it. You've been like editing. Yeah. You're like, holy shit, my fucking eye gets deformed. Well, so do you? The movie Old School?
Yeah.
So
going straight good.
To the comments. A little cold out there, Frank? A little cold out there? Right. So that's how, we would watch that movie a million times. And if you watch the commentary, which is something I used to like to do a lot before there was really YouTube. It's Vince Vaughn and the director and Owen Wilson, and I don't know if Will Ferrell's in it. He might be, but they refer to Owen Wilson's eyes as Lefty and Steve because they're sort of like Lefty's really carrying this scene. Steve is not doing well. Steve's not. He's he phones it in a lot. Lefty's really the hard worker. It's kind of funny. You got.
I got Lefty and Steve.
Righty and Dave over there. Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
It's fucking good weed. Thank you, Magic Medicine.
Yeah. There you go, Magic
Medicine.
You.
Yeah. Motherfucking. I don't know why I keep fucking ruining.
Are we in Revelations? Or are we doing? What are we doing?
Revelation.
Yeah, motherfucker. Are we a vision of heaven? Is that where we're at right now?
Yeah, it's dude. Yeah. I don't see. I love this book.
How did you get to talk about the when did we start me doing all the reading? Because apparently the last thing you read was the coolest thing that was ever fucking written in the Bible about Moses's woman slicing off his fucking foreskin in real time as God's staggering around camp,
Yeah.
shithoused on mead. Show me that fucking dick. I know you didn't cut it off. I know you got a fucking turtleneck. I want the turtleneck.
Get over here, Steve Jobs.
Like, I don't remember the part where that was so far before the mountain where Moses fucking just basically ate a big bag of shit.
Yeah, man.
For however long that was, 40
His
days,
whole
40
life.
nights. Yeah. But God is constantly like feeding him this bag of shit for the whole time. He's like going up the mountain, down the mountain, up the fucking mountain, down the fucking mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even realize that like 2 weeks before that, God was like, I'm fucking smiting your ass right now for that fucking stupid dick you have on there.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, I think it was his sons too, right? Because they didn't circumcise the son, and that's their boy, and that's why I was reading that from this. I just looked it up to make sure I was right, but yeah, God constantly want to negate or go back on his promise. He's like, I'll put the rainbow in the sky. I'm gonna kill everything, but I'll never do it again, baby. I'll never hit you again, baby. And then like every 5 minutes, he's like, I'm gonna fucking smite you.
You're stiff-necked.
And I don't know, maybe there's something we're missing in there that's like way cooler, right? Like,
No.
No,
if you start looking at it from
metaphor, I like I like it.
It's not metaphorical. No, this
See,
is. I think
it
this.
is.
Oh, I think it's like, no, this guy's just a dick.
Well, you mean Yahweh?
Yeah,
I think that might be the metaphor. That's the whole idea. Like the world is kind of a dick. Like, try going out there and be happy and like pursue your dreams, see what happens. You know.
Yeah. Well,
like,
yeah, and that's fine. But who's metaphor? Like,
well, man, I love this kind of shit, and I'm just high enough too to like really
but not too high.
Yeah, go in here with you. Well, like a lot of the weird things I bump into when we're doing this podcast, like, are dogmas. The things that it's like you can't even really see. That, you know, someone told you or someone you trust like instructed you and you just believed it without question and you didn't check it out, and now you've built a whole belief off of it. And anytime I bump into one of these dogmas, the inerrancy of the Bible, the univocality of the Bible,
What's that word? Univocality? What does that mean?
it means it speaks with one voice. So like the Bible, like you know how it's like a lampstand and then a lampstand, and there's all these repeating themes like 40 days and 40 nights, the, you know, suffering messiahs, this kind of thing. Well, that's not a big motif, sorry. But
Bring it around.
what was happening was the people who were writing the Bible, yeah, I had to cough. People who were writing the Bible had the earlier, like for instance, the New Testament, they had been reading the Old Testament or going to a spot in the town and listening to people read the Old Testament. So it kind of be like someone, you know, taking like Left Behind or the Da Vinci Code and writing about how prophecy has been fulfilled today because Putin did this. But it's like, well, they had the fucking book. So you can kind of like read the book and then point at anything going on and be like, yeah, this is a fulfillment of Jeremiah 6:3. You know, it's like, no, I don't think so. And so like when you take the Bible literally, even it kind of negates all the cool stuff in it. I think like, you know, it's hard to love your neighbor, but also like take up your sword against him, you know? And so like, if you take it literally, it has all these contradictions, the spot where it doesn't speak with one voice, where it says exact opposite things, you know, like.
Well, but also, isn't life also filled with exact contradictions?
I don't know where you're going with that. I agree with you.
Well, you're saying that like it's like life. What did you say? I can't remember. We're so far away from what we started.
Yeah, so to wrap it up with that like it doesn't speak with one voice, and therefore I can't take it literally. But if you take it like psychologically, like for instance, Job, we'll get to there. This is borrowed from this podcaster guy that kind of saved my life. His name's Duncan Trussell. But like, he goes, don't think of Job as like a literal story where if you're nice to everyone at the end, God gives you a bunch of virgins, but like, think about it like when your life is shitty, when you're having the worst fucking day, when you got cut off in traffic and beat up, when your girl left you, when all this stuff's going on, if you're still kind to people in there, if you're still nice to people around you, if you still give love in those moments, it does seem to, like, when your life turns around and it starts getting better, the better seems to go higher. If you can continue being like kind and loving. And, I like that more than I like the idea that if I don't say mean things against God, he'll give me a bunch of virgins,
Well, yes, but what's the difference? What do you think the difference between it being a literal story and 4,000, 7,000, 8,000, however long it's been, years later, using it as a metaphor for like God's not going to give us virgins. God's not here. The wormhole closed and he's gone, and maybe he can. I don't know, but it's like he's not here anymore.
Well,
but would Duncan Trussell say that God walking through the Garden of Eden, snuffling and shuffling and not being able to see around a bush, was that not literal also?
Oh, I don't know. I bet he would. I'm not sure. I know. I know he follows the teachings of Jesus, but here's the thing. Back then when these were being written, they're working with what they got. This is the best they got. So when you see lightning or a fucking volcano or an asteroid hit the earth and wipe out everything, how are you going to reconcile that? How are you? That's going to seep into your culture everywhere. There's going to be plays, and like we said, so these narratives were just the best they got. But I don't think they were literal, and I don't think any of this stuff happened. I think this is
again. Say that again.
I don't think it's literal. I do not think that the stories in the Bible actually happened.
Okay. That didn't take long, did it? 42 episodes. 42 episodes, ladies and gentlemen.
But so, dude, I do think it could be the word of God, and I do think it's fucking powerful, and I do think it can change lives.
Wait. You do think it's the word of God?
Yeah, but not like the way people use it. I have a different use for. I have a different meaning
of
God.
Well, you need
I have
to
a different
spell that
meaning.
out.
That's why I was trying to.
Well, okay, but okay.
I get excited.
Yeah.
No,
I
I just see you and I just start yelling.
Ready?
Yeah.
Word of God.
Hey, so this happened. This happened. This happened. This happened. Yeah. So, as this being the stories of man, I got just like fucking rolling silly putty on a newspaper. Over time, it's gonna pick up shit, right? And I think a lot of the morals and a lot of the outworkings of the story, the moral of the story, if you just kind of like read it and kind of act it out, your life will be better. And not all of them. I'm not saying the dick cutting parts. That's why I'm saying you have to cherry pick the Bible.
Be your own editor. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, even to be a Christian, it seems, because Jesus is so big on helping people. Jesus is so big on crossing any type of social, economic, religious, sexual barrier. For a Jewish Palestinian teacher back then to like hang out with women and have them be named in his ministry, that's crazy, right? And many of them were sex workers. So like that's intense, That would be like Elon Musk, showed up with like, like
Jenna Jameson or something.
So like, I think these stories picked up maybe really good lessons that human beings had learned and passed down. Like, for instance, there's so much shit about like you're coveting your neighbor's wife, and we just went through that whole mountaintop scene of God giving them all that was probably a crazy rampant problem. And think about how many social problems happened when men were just like grab someone's wife, beat them over the head with a stick, take them back to their tent, you know? So it's like, see, I've lost you totally.
But you're kind of, well, when you get in the weeds.
No, we can save.
You had a head of steam going. Yeah. I don't know where we are.
Yeah, well, we were talking about like my comfortableness with taking the Bible as a psychological example and not a real story, as a metaphor and not as a real thing.
Okay, so riddle me this. Do you think any of the Bible is literal?
I mean, a lot of the stories are real, as in real people, but we weren't there and we don't know. And like, you know, so not really. So it's kind of like if Abraham Lincoln eventually in the future has an AK-47 in some of the stories, you know. No, I think they were embellished over time. So like Abraham seems to be a real person, you know. Joshua seems to be a real person. These prophets in the Old Testament, Ezekiel, Amos, they seem to have lived, but like real hard to even ascribe the writings to them. So it could, you know, the whole scenarios regarding the construction of this book is so just kind of fucked. And I know that might make people mad, but like, you know, it kind of divorces us from knowing what was actually happening then. So like, how could these stories not be embellished over time?
Well, certainly, but you don't think there were multiple gods on the planet at any time?
Well, interesting question, Reverend Redding.
Let me ponder as I bong toke.
Well, you know, one of the most like ridiculous things that Judaism did back then was say there's one God,
Right.
and Christianity as well at one point. Now, there's definitely old versions of Christianity closer to Christ that believed in like 365 gods, that believed in 5 gods. I mean, even most Christians today believe in 3 gods. So, yeah, but I like on I think it's too big for us to know. I know that I'm trying not to cop out, but it's like I think there probably is. Yeah, I think I've met 2 different gods, so I don't know how to fucking explain that. So I don't know. I don't know if it keeps going and there's just one thing. Like, I don't know.
You ever watch The Magicians?
No, but this is like the 4th time, so now I'm going to.
Have I told you to watch it?
Yeah, and you're always right about cinematic recommendations.
Content.
Yeah, so I like.
Well, just they just talk about gods creating worlds, and you can create, but there's, gods can make gods. Gods can give people the power, God power. But whatever.
I saw this whole weird video. Just to be fair, it was on TikTok, so take that with a grain of salt. But it was this Viking guy being funny. My people, I like that shit. So I was like,
Funny Viking.
I need to read up on this because I don't know anything about Norse mythology. But like, apparently, the trickster god Loki at one point steals all these apples that the other gods were eating to keep them young, and then goes back and erases all record of them and sets himself up as the only god forever. And like the like the apple symbology, like the fucking in the garden,
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was like, I kind of like this.
So maybe Loki. Loki is Yahweh.
I mean, if the shoe,
God, you're so not fun.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Yahweh, not a barrel of monkeys. This
No,
character.
Yahweh's fun, but the fucking
think...
Jews were not fun. Jews were stiff-necked, fucking not fun, fucking like.
But that's from Yahweh's opinion.
Complaining.
What if they were just like, "Hey, man, stop killing all our kids in the camp with this weird scorpion you send in"? And then
But it says that every time every time they have like 2 seconds to rub together, they just start complaining about shit.
dude, that is VS.
Yeah. Okay, are we on a vision of heaven? Revelation 4?
Oh yeah, mine's taking a moment to load. I'm on Revelation 3, so give me a second. Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night, so I just read the whole book.
Which one?
Revelation.
Yeah, me too. It's weird.
Did you?
No.
You made me not feel alone for like 2 seconds, and then it took it away.
I couldn't sleep last night, but at no point did I consider getting out of bed and reading the Bible. It's funny.
I'm weird, man. I'm weird. But
you know what? You found it. You're a one-trick pony.
I got like
true,
3.
That's not true
like,
at all.
Yeah,
No, that's not true. That's a fucking horrible thing to say. That's the bourbon and the lack of sleep talking.
I
right
really like the
I'm sorry.
Bible. It's weird. It's like I'm.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. It's like you're super.
Yeah,
into the
I'm not
Bible. Like,
taking it. I love
that's
it.
why
I'm
we're
not-
here. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't take it bad at all. No. When you grow up like as sheltered as me, and then get thrown into this world, like I've taken a lot of hits on the chin. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But reading this book was like, dude, it's fucking like you totally get why people get freaked out and act like this is gonna happen, because this book is fucking weird and like trippy as shit.
It is weird.
Right?
Yes, I concur.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what you have to like say about some of the fucking scorpions and shit coming up.
Mostly, I'm as far as I go up pretty much as far as Love at First Sting, but everything after that I thought was
Everything
garbage. The
after
live
that?
record was garbage. Do you like the party?
So a vision of heaven.
Yeah. I can't sit like this for very long, otherwise my chin starts showing up. I like to talk shit about the Bible. I'm a reverend.
Do you believe this? Funny. You must be dumb.
Mr. Creosote has his own podcast. All right, I gotta go, Leif.
What now? Oh, you're fucking joshing me? Okay.
A vision of heaven, motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
Revelation 4. Who's talking, by the way?
This guy named John. Well, okay, let me say this. Right in the first chapter, if you remember, the book says this guy named John is on an island, Patmos. So
He's on
hard
an
to
island?
confirm.
Okay.
It's an island, but we don't know if John wrote it.
Right, got you. All right. After this, I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was, as it were, of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will shew thee things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Round about the throne were 24 seats. That would be 80, Leif. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment. And they had on their heads crowns of gold. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind.
What?
And the first beast was like a lion, and the second beast like a calf, and the third beast had a face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. And the 4 beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within. And they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, holy, holy Lord, God Almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art fucking worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
For God's pleasure.
Yeah, boy.
And how it's weird that they have 6 wings, these angels, huh?
And eyes upon eyes.
Which is like,
You 4-eyed pile of shit. A pile of shit has 1,000 eyes.
oh, dude, like, what a trip. If this guy really did see this shit, this does not sound like a fucking fun nature walk on mushrooms. You know?
It sounds like DMT from what
Dude,
I heard.
for real.
How do I get to the next one?
There's a
right arrow on the bottom.
there you go.
Yeah. The sealed book.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Revelation 5. That's the whole chapter? Fuck you. Yeah, baby.
Right? Yeah, no,
Sealed
it's
book.
way easier than the Old Testament.
Yeah. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereupon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I behold, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. Wait, this lamb has 7 eyes?
1 second.
4 beasts, and in the
Yeah.
midst stood a
Yeah,
lamb,
yeah. I just had to make sure. I didn't want to like.
as
yeah.
it had been slain. They're killing a lamb that had 7 horns and 7 eyes.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, boy.
yeah, it's probably this is all figurative speech, right? It's like the writer back then.
Oh,
trying-
this is that, right. You talked
Yeah,
about this.
he's
This
trying
is
to
that
tie
style.
Jesus. Yeah, he's so the 7, like when the creature has eyes all around it, maybe it's like he can see the past and the future. Maybe it's like more knowledge, you know.
And he can north, south, east, west. and,
It's so
and the
easy,
past
so
and the
easy.
future. Yeah,
Even
there's
just
6.
do south, west, just a little bit. He got that. Not a problem.
I got you. And the came, and the doors now doors, and the 7 eyes, 4 beasts, 20 lambs fell down, and prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors. O'Douls. They were drinking O'Douls. Yeah. They had buckets of O'Douls. 5 for $20, people. Blah, 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 golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and hast made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the fucking earth. And I behold, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was in the 10,000 times 10,000. That'd be 1,000,000. Or maybe it's 100,000. I don't know. I'm not a fucking mathematician, Leif. Stop judging.
I've never
Stop
done
fucking
math,
judging.
so you're in safe company.
And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing." And every creature which is in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, Blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever.
Dude. Weird shit.
Yeah. Opening of the fucking seals. I think this is the opening of the seals. Revelation 6. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, the white horse, and he sat on him, had a bow and a crown, and was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he had opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereupon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd beast say, Come and see, motherfucker. And I behold, and lo, to a black horse he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Oh, we're getting there. Dude, we're getting there. And when he opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, Come and see, motherfucker. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was fucking Clint Eastwood. And hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth.
Dude. Yeah.
Right. It's the Pale Rider.
Dude, this is the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Keep reading.
Yeah.
The first one, there's going to be 2.
Yeah. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls.
There we go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, Oh, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
Dude.
And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken as a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place.
Dude.
And the king of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come. Who shall be able to stand?
Fucking God damn it. Wow.
Yeah.
And like, how about when like God goes to all the people that are in the grave, and like they ask him how long must we stay down here, basically, and he's like, a little longer until more people die for the faith. This is like, what weird, you know. And if you know that this is a style of writing written to people who are struggling in a hard time with persecution, and that it's trying to motivate them to keep the faith, hold on a little while longer while you can, which is this worldview, this apocalyptic worldview, right? Kind of takes the fucking piss out of the fucking sales, right? But like, this is it. This is like, there's like the beasts are like, come and see. Like, what a bad trip. Like,
Well, and so okay, dude, yeah, God, I can't believe we just got through the fucking apocalypse.
well, there's more coming. It's weird that like, I mean, I don't think it's weird. Actually, this book's rules, and the imagery is so fucking badass and scary and weird. Of course, it's gonna freak people out more, right? But like, as we're
Isn't it
reading,
supposed to?
I don't think so. I think, not its original intent. You know,
What's its original intent then?
to strengthen the faith of really, really like believing believers, because they're being persecuted for their faith. They're being, you know, at this time the book was written, Nero, this Roman emperor, is like using Christians to light up his gardens at night.
Right.
You know,
So
so
you
this
think
is,
You're like, this is like telling me. So like, it could be a lot worse. God's even telling the dead who have not been who've not been. What's that word?
revenged, I guess you could say.
That's what I was going for, but whatever. He's like, they're like, how long do we have to wait? Just a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
So at least the people who are alive should not be complaining.
Right. There you go. And yeah, dude. And it comes from like this worldview, apocalypticism, comes from like failed prophecy from the Old Testament. Because what we just went through, Abraham and now the Exodus, because God said to Abraham, I'll give you this land. And because God gave Moses the power and the staff and shit to get his people out of that land, right?
Right.
As long as those people follow all those rules we just read on Mount Sinai, God is going to be
Sort
their
of.
God.
Sort
No,
of.
It's a covenantal worldview. This is what Jews believe. This is what.
No, I'm just saying that it's not like God's a fairy.
Oh.
And God has to keep his word.
Yeah.
Fairies make a deal; they have to keep their word.
Yeah, because
right?
well, you're smart, so you know it's like. But if we read more of it, it becomes more of a thing and kind of gets concrete. And then again, it's like Google. You can see why these beliefs can arise because there's good reason for them in the book if you keep reading it, right? But what happens when when these Israelites are amazing people and sacrificing to Yahweh and doing all the things he says, and they still get conquered?
Yeah.
You know, what are you gonna do with that? And it's like, like I've heard people say that, like, why invent hell? You know, and pointing to the validity of the Bible, how they're like it's really important and good book because obviously it's objective. Because why would you invent hell? And I'm like, because keep getting beat up by the big bullies of the world. And what do you do when the horrible people seem to succeed and have a bunch of kids and wealth? You know? And so, well, guess what, motherfucker? God's got these beasts. He's got these beasts up there, and he's got these seals. And when he opens these fucking seals, asshole, you better be fucking ready, right? It's like, it takes all the fun out of the book. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about it factually, because it's like, it's such a cool trip.
Yeah, it's and such a departure from anything we've read so far. You know,
dude. And this is as far in the. Maybe we'll read. There's a bunch of other apocalypses too. There's an apocalypse of Adam, like of Adam and Eve.
Huh.
Yeah, but like there's one of, I think, of Peter, And that one, I think it is Peter. I can't remember. I didn't read it that much. He gets taken on a guided tour of hell, and like there's sections of hell. There's like, yeah, right. So there's a lot of reasons why that wasn't included in the canon, but this Revelation has this weird thing because right after this, the first killing of everyone and shit, which is coming up, God like sets up a kingdom here on earth and reigns for 1,000 years, and the world is like perfect. But then at the end of 1,000 years, God's going to let Satan out again of this depth, and the same thing's going to go down. It's
honestly, you know, like from my experience with people who are fun to party with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to throw my hat in the ring,
okay, yeah.
But I think I'd probably get along pretty well with Satan. People like that tend to like me.
They're fun to hang out with.
Those guys who were touched, you know, they're kind of tortured, but they're really talented, you know.
Yeah. And like, to be honest, like all my friends that call themselves atheists are the best Christians I know.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like they're the nicest, kindest. Some of them have PhDs, you know, they actually help homeless people. But like, if you bring up God, they'll just be like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
It's so, yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're in charge of their own divinity.
Kind of the vibe. That's what I'm feeling.
Don't put that in. You met Jenna Jameson?
Yeah.
Was her face all cut up to shit?
No, she was hot shit.
Yeah.
She was hot as fuck. Not very.
Oh yeah.
I mean, pretty normal, but she was like skinny. You say, yeah, I was at the Rainbow. Yeah. Have you ever been? I mean. You know that like upstairs bar in the Rainbow where it has like the little like tree fort thing?
Yes.
It's like my spot, man. That's where I always go back there first. Just sit there by myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then eventually there's people doing coke all around you, you know.
a lot of people don't even know there's an upstairs. So
I know.
Except for the bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's always so weird for me to be there because like so many of the books and magazines and stuff I read would be like, you know, so
there.
Into that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's an exit up there that goes down along, like if you're looking at the building from the street,
mm-hmm.
There's an exit at the top that comes all along the top left side of the second story, the left side of the building, and it comes downstairs and you like enter onto the street.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. And there's like a little
famous people get out of there and shit.
I'm not famous, but I came out of there one day. My friend Christy, who's still one of the bartenders there.
Okay, yeah.
And she was like Lemmy was always there.
Yeah,
he was always there, and
Jack and Coke.
Yeah, well, and doing the video.
Miss Pac-Man. Oh yeah, whatever he does. Yeah.
But there was a time I ran into him a couple times. At once he threatened to take me on tour with him because
I know someone that did monitors for him, and he had to quit because you had to be fucked up to be on tour. Was kind of Lemmy's deal. And so he would like apparently walk over to my buddy, to Paul's guy, I forgot his name right now, and like wipe meth on his gums at the monitor board. So he'd stay up and party with him all night. So he'd drink, just like put his finger in his mouth.
Get high. It's not a request.
Yeah. He got clean. He had to quit working for the band.
Yeah. Oh, this band. I guess Motorhead's out.
Well,
that's what I got, brother.
These chapters are smaller, right? So
it's good.
If we're gonna have a sick day, yeah.
Take us a day.
Yeah.
Good, because the 8th is Friday, so I'm supposed to. We're supposed to go to Camino next Friday.
Let's say goodbye to the world, and then
okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out the next.
Goodbye, Randall.
Goodbye, everyone. We love
Goodbye,
you.
Patrick.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Yep.